Okay, there's a trick to finding the fifth if you're in a pinch, and it has to do with one of the kind of very odd qualities of the major and the minor triads, just the triads in general. And that is that they are kind of mirror images of each other. Here's what I mean. Let's just look at the major third first. The major triad first. The major triad is a stack of thirds, right? Which means there are two thirds in it. There's the one between the root and the third, right? And then there's the third that's between the third and the fifth. Let me say that one more time because I use the word third a lot there and I want to make sure this is clear. There's a third between these two notes and there's a third between these two notes, right? Same deal in a minor triad, right? There's a third between these two notes and there's a third between these two notes. Here's the mirror image part. This is a major triad, so this relationship of the first two notes above the note above the root and the third, the relationship is a major third, right? Because it's a major triad. In a minor triad, the relationship of the third here is a minor third because it's a minor triad, right? And if we want to know for sure, we can count half steps and figure it out based on the way we just talked about. But we have a major third here and a minor third here, okay? Now, the mirror image thing that I've been promising, the relationship between these two is always going to be, if it's a proper triad, is going to be the opposite quality of the relationship of the quality of these two. For example, if this is a major third, meaning it's a major triad, then the relationship between these two notes must be a minor triad. Okay, so C sharp to E is going to be a minor triad. So let's do it down here. Here's C sharp. Let's do the same octave. And now if we go a whole step and then a half step, that gets us to E, right? That's a minor third. But it's at the top of the chord, so it doesn't affect the quality because this minor third doesn't name our chord. This third is what names our chord, so we call it a major chord. Okay? But all triads are made up of two thirds, one major third and one minor third. In a major triad, the major third is at the bottom and the minor third is at the top. In a minor triad, the minor third is at the bottom and a major third is at the top. Now, why does it work that way? It's actually fairly logical if you kind of see it on a line. Think of it like this. Remember that between a major and a minor triad, the root doesn't change and the fifth doesn't change, right? So let's put the root over here somewhere and the fifth over here somewhere, okay? So now let's put the third of a major third right around here, okay? So this distance is bigger because it's a major third. So this is actually 1/2 step bigger than this distance over here, okay? But now if we move the third to be a minor third, it slides over there, and now this distance is bigger because this spot doesn't move. So the distance here is bigger than the distance here, so now you have the minor third at the top, the major third at the top and the minor third at the bottom, because the major third is a bigger distance. Maybe that was a little too abstract, but basically, here's what we need to remember. All triads are two thirds. There's a major third and a minor third. In major triads, the major third is at the bottom and the minor third is on the top. In minor triads, the minor third is at the bottom and the major third is at the top. But they both have a major third and a minor third. It's kind of wild, right? It's kind of cool to find these like weird little symmetrical things in music. They're all over the place. Things where a lot of the relationships between notes that we use that sound good are completely based in math. A lot of them are. Most of them, I would say. The guy that we thank for figuring out a lot of this stuff for us is Pythagoras. I mean, he kind of figured out a lot of this. So he, you may know him from such hits as the triangle and the Pythagorean theorem. But he figured a lot of this out for us too. So with that, we can figure out the fifth. If we don't know what the fifth is, let's just do it. Let's go up here and let's start on a E. How about that? Okay. I'm going to put two notes here. How about that? Okay. Now, let's finish out this chord. What do we need to do? We need to know if this is, what kind of third this is first. So let's figure it out. E to G sharp. So let's find it on our keyboard. Here's our E. So there's one whole step. There's another whole step. That gets us to G sharp. So two whole steps is a major third. So this is a major third. So if we want to finish this chord and put the fifth on it, we need a minor third above this G sharp. So that's going to be a whole step to there and then a half step. That's going to be a B. So let's add that note in. B. Okay? So we found the fifth without counting all the way up in half steps and whole steps. We just did the opposite kind of third as the one that was on the bottom, and that got us a fifth. Let's do another one. How about D? I'm going to say, let's build, just given this one note, let's build a D minor triad. Okay? So first I need to find the third. I can do that by counting up a minor third from D. So here's D. So here's a whole step. And then I need a half step to make a minor third, right? So that puts me on an F. So let's put an F right there. Okay, so now I counted up a minor third above D to get to F because I'm making a minor chord. Now to finish out the chord, I need a fifth. And I can do that by counting the opposite up, so a major third up. So we're on F, so let's go up two whole steps. There's one to G and there's another one to A. And that gets us a D minor triad. Make sense? You'll have some of these to try in the worksheet that I'm going to give you next. So check those out. Practice them. Make sure your answers are right and that you understand them. Don't be afraid to rewatch videos. I know this stuff is getting complicated, but it's getting fun. Fun for nerds like me. So let's do another worksheet, and then let's dive into analyzing some pieces.